ドジャースの山本由伸は、日本時間22日のパイレーツ戦に先発登板しました。山本は6回1、3を投げ、5安打、3四死球、9奪三振、2失点と好投。相手打線を粘り強く抑え、先発として試合を作りました。試合は延長戦にもつれ込む接戦となりましたが、ドジャースが10回にサヨナラ打を放ち、今季7度目のサヨナラ勝利を飾りました。試合後には、敵地の解説陣をはじめ、多くの関係者が山本のピッチングについて言及しています。これらの模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
We'll have much more on tonight's game in just a moment. Yoshinobu Yamamoto getting the ball. But right now we're joined by another former All-Star Dodger pitcher. It is Tyler Glasnow putting on the headset, joining us live from the dugout.
Hey, Tyler, this is Nomar. Well, that's exciting. And I'm also wondering, how excited are you to kind of join a rotation here when you see, even, three of them going right now against the Pirates, Yamamoto, Snell, Skubal. The staff was incredible before, even with you in it. But now you're about to join, and now you have somebody like Skubal. You excited to get back there and see how much you guys can really push each other and where you guys can go?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. Having Skubal here, just being in the dugout and talking to him and chatting him up and everything. He's just a competitor, freak athlete, really good pitcher. And I think the more of those, obviously, you get on the team, it does fuel one another. And you kind of can pick some things he's doing on and off the field, and just it's a great team to just be able to observe things on. Everyone has their own unique way of doing things, but there are a lot of similarities within elite pitchers. So it's kind of a perfect situation to just kind of take what you can and learn from one another. And it's awesome just to go out there and pitch and just get that, I don't know, it's like 6 in a row, amazing starters, and it's just nice to pitch and then watch and pitch and watch. It's great.
Well, Tyler, you know what it's like to be the new guy on a new team, whether it was when you went from Pittsburgh to Tampa or Tampa here to Los Angeles. And you mentioned your conversations with Tarik Skubal. What is he like personality-wise when you get a chance to sit there in the dugout or maybe in the clubhouse and have a chance to talk with him? And maybe what's it like to pick each other's brains when you talk about pitching, because that's a lot of the greats like to do?
Yeah, he's just great energy, like a good dude, great conversation. I think when you're on the IL for 3.5 months, all you have is good conversation in the dugout, because you have your practice, you come back, and it's just like the only way you can sort of get better in a way. So he's full of information, and just even just keeping the game entertaining, just for 3 hours sitting there. It's just, we don't necessarily always talk about baseball, but it's just when all the starters get together, it's a lot of fun to sit on the bench. It sucks to sit on the bench, but playing is better, but it's good when you got to have good conversation. Yeah.
Tyler, when I remember going to games as a kid, one of the first questions, if we had tickets, was who's pitching tonight? And you look at this Dodgers staff when you come back, it doesn't matter who's pitching. You just go to a Dodger game, you know you're going to see somebody great. But I want to ask what it's like for you to watch some of your teammates, because for us as fans, it's so much fun to watch you guys. But when you're in the dugout, and I know guys like to watch you as well, but when you watch a Yamamoto, you watch a Skubal, you watch a Blake Snell, a Shohei pitch, are you just a teammate, or are you also kind of a fan of baseball in those moments as well?
I would say, yeah, no matter who's pitching, I'm still a fan. There's always moments in games where you're like, well, that's cool. You're able to separate whether you're a fan or a player. I think it's cool, just, yeah, like I said, no matter who's on the mound, because everyone's so unique in their own way. I'm fortunate enough to be able to go into the weight room when everyone's warming up and see people's the prep, what they do in the training room, how they work out, and it's not one person is even sort of similar. There might be same philosophies, but everyone's body moves so different, and the prep leading up to how they move on the mound, it's not necessarily something that you can take from everybody, but you can just appreciate how unique and how individualized everyone's routine is, and how locked in proprioceptively, I guess is the word I'm looking for, how just unique everyone is, and how obsessed everyone is about the little minute things, and it's really fun to watch.
Last weekend, he's got 8 Ks tonight. He's given up 2 runs over 5.
Well, they've gotten him 4 runs, and when he gets 4 or more runs in his career, he's 20-0.
Started him with a splitter, and here's how he's gotten those 8 Ks.
The splitters are down in the zone. The 4-seamers have held their altitude at the top and at the bottom of the zone, and those 2-seamers are the yellow ones that have come back and gotten guys on those. So he's got a few windows working tonight.
Trying to get a new career high in wins. Matched last season's total against Milwaukee last Friday with his 12th. Bottom falls out.
It's such a pretty pitch because out of his hand it looks like it's a fastball at the knees, and then it just has that late diving movement. Comes right back in that same window with the cutter. So you know visually when the ball's down there right at the knees that the hitter's swinging. So now do you go right back to the splitter? You know the bat's probably going to get going. Make it look like it's at the knees and end up in the dirt, or change his eye line and go up.
Went up and missed. 3-2.
I think we got a 75–80% chance this is a splitter.
It was. Oh, sinker.
Yeah.
It grounded to second for the first out of the 6.
My hint before the computer told us what it was is where the target was. The splitter target has been kind of outer half medium height, but the sinker target has been a little bit different, slightly more in. He's a little bit more on the inner half. Didn't want to go all the way to the corner because the count's 3-2, so they just went with that movement.
Yamamoto's back to that state of being totally in control, as if he's out playing catch in his backyard. There's not 50,000 people here watching him.
Well, he can outstuff you, but when he's locked in with the good command, he just out-sequences you. You just can't stay with him.
He's got 4 different pitches that grade out as top 10 in their respective bucket. 4-seam, sinker, splitter, cutter. And then a curve for strike 2.
And a good one. He hasn't pulled the trigger on that pitch hardly at all tonight, but in a big situation with the tying run at the plate, he throws a good one.
Just freezes Flores. The look on his face like, I wanted to, I just couldn't.
I know you want him. If he's going to beat you, you got to beat you the opposite field, so I go hard away. If you come in, it's got to be off the plate.
Yeah, high fastball to finish him off, get his 9th K for a second consecutive start. Boy, you sure can count on him, can't you? Yamamoto, 6 innings in the books, 9 strikeouts, and more in the tank.
Yeah, just pencil it in that he's going to go deep in the game. He's going to give you a quality start, and if you get him some runs, he's going to have a chance to win, and so is the team. And it's not a day off for the bullpen, but it sure is a comfortable day in the bullpen.
Name of the ball game, find a way to win the ball game, and that's what the Dodgers did. Again, it started with Yamamoto, outstanding job, 6 1/3 inning. We talked about it. This Pirates team can swing the bat. They put the ball in play. They can drive the ball to the ballpark. Yamamoto does his job. The bullpen is solid as well. But again, finding a way to win a ball game, sometimes it's not going to be there. Dodgers found a way to do it and get it done tonight.
We talked in the pregame show, Jerry, about this Pirates offense. I don't think they get a lot of love across the country, but this is a team that is top 4 in a lot of offensive categories, team batting average, OPS. 3rd in all of baseball in runs scored, more than the Dodgers have scored this year, and they showed a lot of fight. But Yamamoto was outstanding for his 6 1/3.
Yes, he was. They showed a lot of fight. I really love their second baseman, Lau. He's got tremendous pop. He's a great hitter. Gonzalez, one of the best all-around hitters in baseball. But again, Yamamoto understanding he needs to go out there and put up zeros, give his team a chance to win. Now, it could have got ugly there in that first inning. He limits the damage. That is the key. Only surrendering that 1 run and really settle in after that. 2 earned runs. And when a guy goes out and gives you 6 1/3 and only surrenders 2 earned run against a team that can swing the bat and put the ball in play, he's giving you a chance to win that ball game.
A 6 1/3, especially after that first inning, when he found himself with some traffic, he ended up giving up a run in that first inning, and then you really settle in. A lot of times we say this, when you're facing an ace, you want to get them in that very first inning because you give them a chance to settle in. Then they go out there and they find a way to put up some zeros. Yamamoto definitely settled in. Yes, he gave up a run in that 3rd inning, but that's really the core of this Pirates lineup. I mean, Gonzalez is swinging that extremely well, especially with runners in scoring position. He came through twice in today's game, but at the same time, that's it. Limiting the damage to allow your offense to come back.
And another thing, too, everybody has a game plan. Hitters have a game plan, especially starting pitchers have a game plan. It was obvious that the Pirates were extremely aggressive in that first inning, so they had to make an adjustment. Hunter and Yamamoto had to make an adjustment. Okay, they're going to be very aggressive, so we got to change our game plan a little bit. They were able to make that adjustment in that top of the first inning and really continue on the rest of the game to give this team a chance to win.
I thought offensively we were really good. I don't think that it showed as far as, total run score, but I thought team-wise, I thought we took good at-bats. I thought early Yama wasn't great with his split. It was up a little bit, but he kind of worked through that, which is great. But again, our guys just fight. Even when we gave up the lead, we didn't get down, and Tommy came up with an 0-2 base hit to win the game. So we were short on pitching, and so we needed that one.
Yoshi, when you look at your outing, even when there was times when there was some traffic, you navigated through it. How are you just feeling on the mound and using your full pitch mix?
今日苦しい場面とかピンチの場面もちょっとあったんですけども、そういう時はどういうふうに効率的に投げようと思ってますか？
調子自体も良かったので、自信を持って、ランナーが出てからも、落ち着いて一人ずつ抑えていこうと思いました。
Because my stuff was pretty good today. I was feeling pretty good out there. So after letting runners on the bases, I was just focused, just trying to focus, and then just take one hitter at a time.
I know you weren't with the team in Denver, but how they were able to pick up wins to carry that momentum into today, how important was that for the group to get back on track here at home?
コロラドにはちょっと帯同しなかったんですけども、あそこでできたその勢いをこ日のシリーズからまた続けていくっていうところはどれくらい山本さんにとって重要ですか？
連勝してましたし、明日はスクーバルがまた投げますし、今日はすごく大事な日だなと、僕の中で、思ってました。
I personally, today's game is very important. We're going to have a school starting tomorrow, and I just wanted maintain the momentum which started in the Colorado.
Yeah, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, no more, saying his stuff was pretty good tonight, and I would say so. 6 1/3, only 2 runs, and he punched out 9.
Listen, he did his part, and I'll tell you, early on, even Dave Roberts mentioned about like his split finger looked like it was a little up. He was trying to get a feel for it. It was over the middle of the plate a little more than he liked, but he also found it later on. Still had the command of the fastball. We're going to go to the K zone and see how he was attacking the hitters. And where early on, it was a fastball, and he had the split finger. Don't get me wrong, but I think there were times where it just got over the middle of the plate more than he wanted. They were able to capitalize on. But great location with that fastball. And we say fastball command down in the zone is critical because then you can come with that split finger. Look, looks exactly the same coming out of his hand. And you can see how much break and how different it is from his fastball. But then here he is. He gets ahead 1 and 2, goes with the fastball, just attacks the hitter and just challenges the hitter with that fastball. 3-2. I mean, that is just painting right there at the bottom of the zone. As a hitter, you're going, is that a fastball or is it split finger down? You're thinking it's going to be a ball. Nonetheless, it's a strike down at the bottom part of the zone. He'll climb the ladder. Now he's starting to feel his split finger a little bit better there, where he gets that split finger to get the swing and miss. Here it is in that 5th inning. Another devastating split finger right there to get that swing and miss as well. But nonetheless, he still knows I can have pitches, my breaking pitches may not be there, but if I still know I have the command of my fastball and I can dot that, he knows he can set up hitters the way he wants or still just get outs.
It's amazing the level of compete he has. I mean, obviously, we saw what he did last year in the postseason in the World Series. But when he doesn't have command of a couple different pitches, it doesn't face him. He makes adjustments, makes sure he's spotting that fastball up in the zone and at the knees. And as the game moves along, then he has complete command of that splitter and the breaking ball as well. And that's what we call pitching. You're not going to have your best stuff all the time. You got to figure out a way and navigate through those pitches. So obviously, Yamamoto knows how to do that.
Take us through. Get the game-winning hit and you're mobbed on the field. What is that like for a player when you're the hero of the game there?
Yeah, one of the best feelings to be able to come through for the team after grinding for 10 innings. We had a bunch of pitchers do a really good job today, and just felt good to be able to come through and, not have to play a few more extra innings.
Can you talk about the confidence when Yamamoto's on the mound that it gives you guys kind of just in general as a team?
Yeah, he's so good. He's so much fun to play behind. Works fast, keeps guys off balance. Nobody really takes that good of swings off him. So we have a ton of confidence whenever he's out there, and just every time he goes out there, he gives us a really good chance to win. And we did that today. Obviously, he didn't get the win. I'm sure he deserved it, but it was. It seems like every time he pitches, just what you're going to get.
So on the pregame show, you guys spent a lot of time from the Highmark Hub breaking down what Yamamoto would bring to the table. Now, just because you have the answers at the test doesn't mean you always get a passing grade. They knew it was coming, but they just had a difficult time hitting the ball.
Yeah, well, this is what he does. There's a lot of guys in baseball we've talked about that have a different mix and they attack you different ways. That's not what Yamamoto does. He's one of the most consistent guys in baseball we talked about in the pregame show. And part of that is the consistency with which he uses his pitches. 9 strikeouts today. He threw mostly splitters at 30%. He followed that right up with 4-seamers at 26%. That's pretty much how he's going to work. He had 16 whiffs, 14 of those on the fastball and splitter. There's a very clear plan that Yamamoto goes with. He looked really good again tonight. And one of the lesser known and talked about pitches for Yamamoto is that front door sinker he throws to left-handed hitters that we got to see multiple times tonight. In fact, there were a few times that it was not challenged in the first few innings of this game that he could have gotten a few more strikeouts on that pitch. But he did eventually start getting those challenges. Fiducia was great back there getting the challenges, but Yamamoto was fantastic.
Yeah, and the fastball's been virtually unhittable.
Yeah.
We get to it, so what does he do? He's like, oh, well, I'll go backdoor sinker and throw all splits. He didn't really even need anything else, but the fact we got to the fastball was good, but he just flipped on a dime and said, no worries, I got 18 pitches. Let me use this sinker, this split, see you later. Unreal how good he is.
It's kind of an example. You have to play darn near perfect to beat these guys.
Yeah, they're a good team, and I think that, you know, we showed that we're a good team too, being able to fight back, claw back, keep the game right there. Again, I thought the bullpen did a fantastic job keeping it right there, and just things coming up short.
How tough is it too, Donnie? I mean, you get Yamamoto tonight, but you have Skubal and Snell kind of looming too.
Yeah, we have to. We got to look at tomorrow, and Skubal's on the bump for him tomorrow. And we got to find a way to. Our approach has been better against left-handers, and against Skubal, we need to make sure that we're locked in tomorrow.